Hello everyone. Welcome to Python Challenge for All. Okay, so let's continue our journey in the fractal geometry. So last time we drew Hilbert curve by recursive calls. Okay, just by um, changing, or let's see the code. So by turning right, left, or calling the Hilbert function of n minus 1, we could draw Hilbert curve like this from the level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Gradually filling the space with more and more detailed 90-degree curves, okay? Okay, today we're going to draw more interesting in yeah, one based on. Do you remember what we did about Sierpiński triangle gasket? So it was one 126 started from this one, uh, three of the four sub triangles and continuing the process. So let's continue to see that. So 140, 126 it was like this. So triangle function is very simple, starting with a base case and trying three triangles. We can draw Sierpiński gasket. Okay, now level one, two, three, four, five, like that. Okay, so today we're going to revise this to draw Sierpiński carpet recursively. Okay, it's also enjoyable, I think. So let's continue. So defining the recursive function carp instead of try, but basically it's the same, very similar. So we will just save as EL143 Sierpiński carpet by recursive calls. Okay, so basically the same. Instead of triangle, we will draw a carpet or cup. Yeah, anyway. So base case the same. We will forget about color filling in the beginning. So instead of drawing a triangle, we will draw square. So four times and draw it as 90 degrees at each angle. So this is simple. And then it's the same. Um, Base case is draw a filled square of side length s. Okay. Then at each step, move right by s over 3, draw three 1/3 sized carpet pieces via cup n minus 1 s over 3 and move back by s. Okay, so just going further, let's see what a Sierpiński carpet is like. So we start from this, okay, and go like this, just like Sierpiński triangle. Okay, so let's go back to the code and see what we should do. So what we should do is first, maybe we should define S3 as S over 3 first, because we use it so many times. So we do double loop in range. So this will draw three rows, okay? And each row, we will draw three um, squares in columns, okay? Horizontal columns. So for j in range 3, and what we do is basically draw dot forward, yeah, cup n minus 1 and s over 3. Okay, and then the t dot forward by s minus 3. And this is drawing three carpets. Okay, and after that, we go back by backward by negative, yeah, SS. And then we turn left, upward, 90 degrees. And t dot forward, S3, 1 over 3. I mean S3, S3, and turn right by 90 degrees. So we will continue this. Okay? And after everything is done, we will go back to the original position by turning left by minus 90 degrees, or turning right by 90 degrees, turn forward by S, and turn left by 90. So this will go back to the original position. We don't need all these. Okay, let's check. So it's like at each step, move right by S over 3, draw 3 carpets, and then move up by 1/3, turn right, and repeat the drawing 3 times. Here, the important thing is we should skip the central subsquare to leave an empty hole. This is the essence of it. So here, instead of just writing cup, we will make our condition here. If I not equal 1 or j not equal 1, only at this condition, yeah, only at this condition we will draw a carpet of n minus 1. If it's center, I mean, if I equals double equals 1 and j double equals 1, we will do nothing. Instead, just go forward by s. So this will, I'm sure this will successfully draw it. So let's take a look. Say up to 1, 2. Let's see if we can draw it well. So here, instead of try, we will call cup. Yeah, instead of carpet. Either way, I should change this to cup. Let's see it one by one, a little smaller. Okay? So in the case of 0, just 1 square. Fine. In the case of 2, 1 square, 2 square, third one. Okay, go back. Fourth one. And skipping the fifth, going back. Oh, it seems fine. Okay. But the output is not so clear. But it seems it's working. Let's change it to 3 and a little speed up. Like t dot speed 9, 0. Okay, 9. Let's take up one more look. Okay, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, skipping. Okay, yeah, to see it vividly, and then, yeah, writing, doing the right thing. Seems. Okay. Okay, let's stop it and see. To see it's really doing, let's paint the square by using fill color and end color, and using tracer, okay, and going all the way up to say 6, 5. Okay, how about this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we don't like the pen color as black. So maybe change it to 5. And instead of using, say, okay, fill color green and also pen color green. Okay, let's see it again. 0, 1, 2. Yeah, it seems it's working. Fine. Okay, good enough. So, this is good. So, we want to analyze area and perimeter with respect to recursion depth d. To do that, we will measure the area first, the total remaining area scales by 8 over 9 at each level. So let's take a look. So here, after drawing a square, we will add, print the total area. So before running, after clearing, we will initialize total area as 0. And then in the carp function, we will have global variable, which is area, total area. What's the name? Total A. Okay, sorry. Total A as global. And at each drawing here, we will do total A plus equals, yeah, the new square's area is S squared, right? So we will add this. And at each iteration, we will write down the number. Okay, so at each update here, we will print, say D, and then maybe we can make it total A. And also, actually, to save time, we know that it is multiplied by 8 over 9 each time. So we will divide this by this number and to see that it's really constant. So second one, int total A divided by 8 over 9 raised to the power of D. Okay, just to make sure, we will make an extra bracket here, although it's not important. Okay, so let's take a look at how it looks like. Okay, level 1, 2, 3. So here, yeah, let's take a look. So here we see that although the area is decreasing each time, the area divided by 8 over 9 to the power of d is constant. So it shows that the area is proportional to this number and goes down to 0 as d approaches 0. Also, if we take the perimeter of the square, it grows at 8 over 3 magnitude. So let's quickly check that. Do we do the same thing? At initialization, we will also initialize total L equals 0, global number, global variable total L, and after adding total A, total L adds equal 4 times S, right? And do the same thing for printing. Print D, and here int total L, and also int total L divided by 8 over 3 to the power of D. Okay, let's take a look to see that it shows. Okay, yeah, it shows that the last number is also constant, showing that the total perimeter grows in the magnitude of 8 by 3. Okay, so it goes to infinity because this is over 1. So this shows that although the area is limited or goes down to 0, the total parameter in that area goes to infinity as d goes to um, large numbers. Okay, so it's an interesting finding. Anyway, the thing is, we can easily draw Sierpiński carpet. I hope you liked it. And we will go another topic next time. Bye bye.